Everybody makes mistakes, and today we're talking about my bourbon regrets of 2023. Welcome back to another episode of Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner, and today we're talking about my biggest bourbon regrets of 2023. Now, before we get started, I just want to say that just because I wasn't a fan of these bottles doesn't mean that, this bottle might not be right for you. So just wanted to, get that out of there because everybody has their own tasting profiles. Everybody's palate's unique. So just because something wasn't hitting my palate right, or I thought a bottle was, overpriced, or the bourbon was kind of, subpar, to me, doesn't mean that it might not be your favorite bourbon. So just take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt. And also, I do a fair amount of research, before buying bottles. I always try to find reviews, look up a Reddit page just to get like some tasting notes and profiles, just to get like an opinion on a bottle, usually before I buy it. So I don't have like a long list here today, but I do have 4 bottles I did buy this year that, I would have liked to have my money back on. So first off, this is a Rebel Distillers collection. So this is a wheated product, and this is actually a store pick. I think this bottle is in that around the like $55 price range. But to me, the juice inside, granted it is only like 4.5 years old, but I've had some, 4.5 year juice that tastes really good. And for this wheater, I think the wheat notes came across like very grain forward, and it just tasted youthful and sharp, which is a little off-putting to me. So, they just have some caramel sweetness here. But anyways, this bottle just wasn't for me, and I probably wouldn't buy another one of these without trying it in advance. But anyway, next up is this is the Kentucky Owl Confiscated. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Kentucky Owl Ryes, which they stopped making multiple years ago. And so because of those, I wanted to give the brand, another chance. So, and I'd seen this bottle out, and I know that I've tried a few of the others from samples and stuff, and I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of those other Kentucky Owls. But the Confiscated, I feel like, is the one that's kind of the stable that's been going around. I think it started out in that, low hundreds, and then it got down to, $90. Now I think I'm seeing it, close to $70 in some places. And maybe the juice inside the bottle is closer to $70 distillate. But when I bought this, it was, a little above 100. So, and I thought the juice did taste like a little youthful. I did kind of like that you were getting some lemon notes in there. But I just thought that the overall drinking experience just didn't live up to, that low $100 price tag. So, I don't know. I would say kind of buyer beware for, anything that's like these newer Kentucky Owl labels. I don't know. They just haven't been for me. I haven't had an opportunity to try any of the Kentucky Owl bourbons, like the bourbon batches. Again, that $300 price tag, is usually a little too rich for my blood. All right. And so I'm going to go with a twofer on this next one. I don't actually have the bottles, but let's just say for 3 and 4. One of them is going to be the Angels Envy Rye, the one finished in Caribbean rum casks. That bottle there, to me, is just too overly viscous. The rum finish is too strong, and I think it comes across very syrupy. And I don't actually have that bottle anymore. I was able to give it away last year, so don't have that bottle. And then the other one would be the Old Elk Double Wheat. That is a blend of their wheated mash bill, or their wheated bourbon. I think they have 100% wheat whiskey that's in that as well. I think it's a blend of those two. I think that bottle retails for right around $99. And again, it was very similar to what I was getting in this Rebel. So if you are a big fan of that, Old Elk Double Wheat, you'd probably love this, Rebel wheated, these Rebel wheated store picks. I don't know. They just weren't for me, and I thought the wheated grainy profile was coming across on the palate for that Old Elk. So just wasn't for me, especially at $100. I felt like that was a little rich. Nothing bites me up more than spending $100 on a bottle and then you end up giving it away because you know you're not going to finish it. Anyways, so we are going to come into my last bottle, and I think this one will surprise some people because I was really let down because of how excited I was to get it. And this is an Elija Craig private barrel. Again, these are private barrels, so they're store picks. So I get it. The whole reason for these bottles is to have a unique flavor profile. But, you know, for the C923, you know, that bottle is $75. And the A123, that bottle is $75. Both those are fantastic. I always get at least, you know, two of the barrel proof batches each year. I always get the C, and I either get one of the A and Bs. And like, they're always good. Some are like great. Some are just really good. But this one, to me, like, I've put it in a few blinds. You know, I haven't drank too much of it because, you know, the normal barrel proof batches are just so good. This one just comes across super thin on the palate. There's very little caramel. There's like minimal brown sugar. The oakiness is like very drying on the palate, and it's not even like a sweet oak. It's more like a bitter, like char oak, which is drying on the back end. I was really disappointed just with the overall drinking experience on this one, especially because of how many rave reviews there are about these. And I probably just got a bad bottle or just got a bad barrel. Like, I know that can happen. You know, it just kind of stinks for that to happen on your first one. I would definitely give these private barrels another shot because of like how amazing I've heard all the reviews are on them. But anyways, just wanted to say that this bottle was, I think, like $82. And again, so like $7 more than the normal thing. So I spent more money on it, got it home, didn't like it, was just very, very displeased at the whole buying experience, especially because I got the C923 at the exact same time. So spent like, you know, $160 on Elija Craig and got one bottle that I thought I wasn't going to finish. So that kind of stunk. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. So the bottles that I went over, we had the Rebel Wheated, we had the Kentucky All Confiscated, and then this particular Elija Craig private barrel. This is 10 years, 120 proof. I thought just didn't live up to the hype. And then as well, we had the Angel's Envy Rye and then the Old Elk Double Wheat, which I ended up giving away because just wasn't a fan, and have limited real estate on the bar behind me. So I only want to have bottles that I want to drink and share with people. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, would you please smash that like button? Would you consider subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed this video? And as always, this is Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner. And pop the bottles and share the pours. And we'll see you in the next one.